Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking into something pretty interesting. Uh, American Secrets to Everyday Happiness. We're drawing from a source called 8 American Secrets to Everyday Happiness. And our mission really is to unpack these ideas, find those nuggets of insight about, that positive can-do energy people often associate with Americans. And these ideas, they could be useful no matter where you are. We're looking for these, 8 little secrets.
Exactly. And we're not just going to list them out. We want to get into the why. Why do these things matter? How do they actually add up to a feeling of well-being?
Okay, let's dive in. The first one is about smiling. Smiling, even at strangers. Now, I know for some listeners, depending on your culture, that might feel, a bit odd maybe. But the source says it's pretty common in the U.S. Smiling at a cashier, waving to the bus driver, maybe someone walking their dog. It's like saying, hey, I see you, have a nice day, without actually saying it. What's the thinking behind that? What's the impact?
Well, what's fascinating here, according to the source, is that it's not just politeness. It can actually make you, the smiler, feel better, a bit lighter inside, as they put it. It taps into this idea of small social connections having a real effect. Maybe even that facial feedback thing, smiling itself, sends a positive signal to your brain.
Oh, interesting. So it works both ways. Okay, building on that, the second secret. Celebrate small things.
Yeah.
The source says Americans love to celebrate, and not just, the big stuff like birthdays or weddings.
Right.
So here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
How small are we talking? Well, they give an example of someone celebrating their dog's adoption anniversary every year.
Oh, okay.
Or like finishing a book you enjoyed, cooking a really great meal, or just, getting through a tough week. What's the philosophy there?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it seems to be about intentionally finding joy. It's acknowledging that life is short, maybe, and focusing on those little wins. It's really about enjoying the journey, not just waiting for the big finish line, actively looking for the good stuff.
I like that. Finding joy in the journey. Okay, third secret. This one's about asking, how are you?
No.
With a twist. Actually caring about the answer.
Ah, yes. Not just the automatic phrase.
Exactly. The force suggests that in the U.S., often people do genuinely want to know. It's a real check-in, like asking a friend or colleague, hey, are you doing okay? Why is that specific interaction important?
This touches on something crucial, I think. It's about building community. Taking that extra moment to show you care, even briefly. It helps weave that social fabric. And the source says happiness grows from connection. It makes people feel seen, supported.
That makes a lot of sense. Connection is key. All right, number 4. Be optimistic. Problems have solutions. We see this a lot in American media, right? That sort of inherent belief that things can be fixed.
The can-do spirit.
Yeah, it seems like a cultural habit almost. Thinking, okay, this is tough, but I can figure it out. Is there a downside? Or is it generally positive?
Yeah. Well, what's fascinating here is how that optimism, when it's healthy, really fuels resilience. It's not about ignoring problems, but believing you have the agency to tackle them. It empowers people to keep moving, as the source puts it, because they believe there is a way forward. It's about having that proactive mindset.
Gotcha. Believing you can find a way. Okay, number 5. This one has a little caveat. Work-life balance, sort of. Which is interesting because the source admits, Americans work a lot.
Right, that's the stereotype often.
But then it stresses how much relaxation is valued. Like a Sunday hike, a barbecue with friends, even just chilling with Netflix and family. The source is really clear. Relaxing is important. It's okay to rest, okay to enjoy your weekend. In fact, it's necessary. How do those two things fit together? The hard work and the necessary rest.
If we look at the bigger picture, it seems to be about prioritizing recovery, even within that busy culture. It's this understanding, maybe, that you need that downtime to function well, to be productive and happy long-term. So relaxing isn't laziness. It's actually part of the whole system. Making time for enjoyment is crucial.
Right. Refueling is essential. Makes sense. Okay, secret number 6. Try something new. You know the saying, you'll never know unless you try. That seems to capture it.
Embracing novelty.
Yeah, the source gives examples like people taking classes at any age or traveling alone, starting a home business. It makes you think, right, what's one small thing you've always wanted to try? A new recipe, a dance class. Why is trying new things linked to happiness here?
This raises an important point about growth, doesn't it? The source suggests trying new things brings new joy and often new friends. It kind of shakes things up, maybe releases some dopamine. It expands your world, your skills, your possibilities, keeps things fresh.
Keeps life interesting, yeah. Okay, number 7, compliment others. It seems like a small thing, but apparently it's quite common. Giving and receiving compliments, even with strangers.
Oh, yeah, like what sort of things?
Like, hey, I love your shirt, or that's a cool bag. Simple stuff. What's the impact of that?
What's interesting here is the dual benefit. The source says it feels good for both people. The person giving the compliment gets a little boost from making a positive connection, and the person receiving it, well, it's a nice little affirmation. It shows how making someone else smile can boost your own happiness, a nice feedback loop.
A simple way to spread a bit of positivity. I like it.
Mhm.
And finally, number 8. The source suggests this might be the most important one. Be yourself.
Authenticity.
Exactly. There's a strong cultural message, apparently. Be proud of who you are. So people dyeing their hair purple, wearing crazy socks, pursuing unique hobbies, and the underlying vibe is, that's okay. Be you.
And connecting that to the bigger picture. It's this incredibly powerful idea. You are enough. You don't have to be perfect to be happy. It's about self-acceptance, living authentically. That seems foundational for genuine contentment.
That feels like a really strong foundation. So wrapping up this deep dive, the big takeaway seems to be that happiness isn't always about the huge events. Like the source says, it often comes from tiny choices. A smile, a compliment, trying something new.
Everyday actions.
So maybe think about which of these habits you already do, or perhaps which one could you try out this week?
And here's a final thought to consider. If happiness really can spring from these small, deliberate choices, what other little secrets might be hiding in your own daily life, just waiting for you to notice and maybe celebrate them?